Salve galera, Calubação, astronauta na área, de volta aqui com a sequência de vídeos com a minha caminhada até a final mundial do NBA2K. Eu espero que vocês estejam curtindo. O vídeo de hoje vai ser um replay da transmissão ao vivo do campeonato do meu jogo decisivo, o jogo número 3, contra o canadense Peja, que foi o jogo no qual eu carimbei o meu passaporte para a Global Finals, um momento muito marcante da minha carreira, atingi o top 8 mundial logo no meu primeiro ano de disputa, então, apesar da tensão ali da hora, foi muita felicidade, um alívio grande também por ter alcançado, e eu espero que vocês curtam essa transmissão. Qualquer dúvida que vocês tenham, deixem aqui nos comentários. Se estiverem curtindo também a série e o vídeo, deem aquele like e não deixem de se inscrever no canal para que vocês recebam as novidades. A gente ainda vai ter alguns vídeos da série da minha caminhada até a final mundial, mas a gente também vai ter muitos outros vídeos ainda na sequência, então clica aqui no botãozinho, se inscreve, não dá mole, e é isso. Sem mais mimimi, sem mais demora, vamos direto para o jogo, vamos direto para a transmissão com os meus amigos ex-Crondrel e também o Dirk, que estava comentando, gente finíssima. Eu espero que vocês curtam, nos vemos nas quadras, um abraço, Calubação.
Take a look at the bracket to see where we are. We'll update you with some of the other quarterfinals where we can. It is mostro versus Ty, the first semi-final. Both of these guys going to the global finals already. Remember, we qualified 4 players from the Americas to the global finals at the end of February, where $100,000 is on the line. And both of these guys still in with a shout of that 15,000. As you see, Simony and Dwayne Lane still playing right now, and Calubação and Peja 1-1 apiece. As soon as we have any updates from that other quarterfinal off screen, we will let you know exactly how that's going down.
It's definitely going to be interesting, like we said, with mostro and Ty. Ty used the Bucks and the 76ers, and mostro only got away with using the Raptors and the Rockets in that semifinal. So you can see there the teams that already picked the 76ers and the Lakers, surprisingly.
Wow,
so
okay. That's bold.
I'm curious to see who picked what. I'm assuming the Lakers for Peja, but then again,
you have a free Bucks pick if you were Peja at this point in time, right? I think Peja must be 76ers, right? He's left side. Yeah, Peja 76 is confirmed. So he had the opportunity for the Bucks. We saw this in Europe, and it did not work out well for the people who were avoiding the Bucks. So you do have to be aware. I mean, there must be something going down for the 76ers. Obviously, they've got Embiid back in the lineup now, so they'll be much stronger than they were last week. You know, I think the team that we were seeing come out much more so than anything else was the Rockets over the 76ers during the European regional qualifiers. But with Embiid back in the lineup, you do have more offensive power as well. You've got a bit of three-point potential too.
yeah, this is it's going to be interesting. That's the only thing I can sit there and think in my head with both these matchups is stylistically. You know, you do have a lot of defense that can counteract what the Lakers end up bringing to the table, and the 76ers, right, minus Ben Simmons, everybody else on the team can space the floor and shoot. So I guess it really just depends on what set that you want to go with. I mean, how often are you going to see the bench players end up coming into the game? Or is it going to be a strict, you know, Ben Simmons running off balls for guys like Tobias Harris to get some open shots for Al Horford, Embiid as well? And Embiid coming back, I mean, it's kind of flip-flop from what we saw last week. We saw a lot of Mavericks last week, no 76ers when we were in Europe. But now with the Luka Doncic injury, you're not going to see any...
play Mavs.
Yeah, you're not going to see any Mavericks used. But now with Embiid back in the lineup, you're going to see the 76ers used a lot here in this tournament, kind of like how it was in APAC.
Yeah, APAC, we saw a huge amount of it, just because also Ben Simmons with that behind the back created a lot of space as well. We'll see they're setting up their settings going into this final game. Really important. Calubação, our sole representative from South America, from Brazil, coming all the way over. The guy, professional basketball player over in Brazil himself, currently working as a lawyer as well. Had a lot of time, and he had a bit of downtime during his training when he said he was technically unemployed. He had a load of time to play 2K, ground it out, got to a point where he was super good, and now finds himself at the top 8 in the Americas. This is a guy who definitely has the entire southern half of this continent on his back coming into this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be... there is a lot of pressure, right? It's because it would be cool to sit there and say there's going to be a Brazilian representation that's going to be there going to the global finals, and 1 win away from doing it would be an absolute huge honor for him, you know, especially just representing the South Americas. So for him, if he goes on forward here, again, huge. He'll be making the trip back up at the end of the month for the Global Finals. And this is where you're finally starting to see the picture. I've already got 2 guys that are going to be booked in going to the Global Finals in Mouse Cry and Ty Debo. So we're just waiting on this bottom half to see who's going to end up going in. I mean, we could have a Canadian bottom half of the bracket with these guys.
Yeah, we could indeed, obviously, as we have an all-Canadian quarterfinal going off on screen. Going to kick things off, and it will be Caliber Sam starting things off with the Lakers right here. 76ers versus the Lakers. Let's see how this plays out. Maybe a risk for Peja, a risk that could potentially cost him his place in the Global Finals. Foul comes through. Should be a couple of free throw points.
A lot of Peja support coming into the chat. Yodak, Speedbrook, Duggs, Witness, everybody rallying behind him. They said that him picking the 76ers could have been the smartest thing that he could have do. It's a genius move, so
okay.
We'll have to see if it pays off.
Hey, look, these guys know a lot more about this matchup than I do, so I'm going to trust those guys in the chat. If you were to speculate on why that would be a genius move, what do you think?
I mean, it's just the fact that, one, right, you just look from a defensive aspect, and comes down to slowing down Anthony Davis and LeBron. It's like Ben Simmons could probably guard LeBron 101, but if that doesn't work, then you could put Joel Embiid on him if you wanted to really slow him down, or if you want to put things in the zone. So it's just basically kind of like the way that the people used the Mavericks, that you had Kristaps and Boban. You had the 2 Twin Towers down low to play the defense. Kind of similar here. You don't have the height, but you still have 2 great defenders in Embiid and Horford, to where you're able to slow some things down, where you know a majority of the attack, especially in this, right, it's a lot of post hooks and a lot of fadeaways. That's what you're going to be able to counteract with having those big bodies down and towards the paint.
Well, it has been a little bit of a lackluster offense in the first quarter here, and right now, offensive rebound picked up. Maybe looking for a 3-point attempt for Caliber Sam, straight out to the side. And LeBron into the paint, looks for the 2-pointer, doesn't find it, so a bit of a space now for Peja to open things up. To Milton. Just trying to find his spot, trying to find his opening. Looks for a 2-point attempt, and I think that was a foul.
Actually, shot got blocked, so went out of bounds. So actually what he's going with the Lakers too, which is a variation seen across some of the regional finals, that he's putting Dwight Howard into the lineup, and then you put Anthony Davis in there as well. So again, it's going to be a good duo down low to play some defense.
The defense was Peja's speciality, so we really do need to see that from him here. He'll pick up a 2-point, his first score of the game, finally gets on the board. You can see a little nod from him. He says, I needed that to get going. But we are looking for him. He said that, you know, he will double team. He will essentially pin 2 men down, then look for passing lane opportunities, and that's where his defense will come through. So we'll have to see that from him here as he drives LeBron into the paint. And I think that drives it out of bounds as well. Oh, great intercept. That was too easy for Peja, and now he's got a bit of space to work with. Back out, resets, just looking for some kind of opportunity to either get into the paint, like he does here, posts up. Should be able to get a quick 2 points, and he does.
So he's just going to mix and match. It's kind of how when we were playing yesterday using Ben Simmons. Just go straight into the paint, try to get open, you know, have somebody set a screen just so you can get that opening in towards the free throw line, and then get put into the post and then try going through. So this is what you're going to see in majority of the offense. And again, you have shooters all the way around you too, just in case you need to. But he's always capable of that. I mean, even with some of the best defenders like Anthony Davis in the paint, you can get those poster dunks.
Oh, absolutely. And that was too easy, just straight down the middle. no attempt to stop Simmons on that run right there. Out for a 3-point attempt. Definitely not going to land that one. And again, space has opened up. Peja just needs to start to eke these out, get the 2 points where he can, and make use of his excellent defense, something that he talked about so much in the lead up to this. He said, you know, you guys, you're going to see my defense. It's up there. It's one of the best in the game. As he drives into the paint again once more, takes that 2-point, greens it as well.
See, it's smart right there, too. It looked like he might have been able to squeeze by LeBron and just go straight up for a dump, but what he did, he put it into the post, and then Caliber Sam just keeps on running out of bounds. So then you just sit there. It's just all about being patient when you're a big man down in the paint. Whenever you're trying to attack it, go into L2, go into a post up, and then wait for them to try to make their move. You might catch them jumping, then you can take a post hook going the opposite way.
Coming from a big man specialist himself, you know that's exactly the case. See, just trying to, again, look for any kind of opportunity. Set the screen again, driving around. Very patient stuff, gets the rebound as well, so can buy a bit more time on the clock. But I think that was a steal there for Caliber Sam, and he will reset things quite nicely. Takes a 3-point attempt and greens it. You hate to see it.
I mean, that's the thing when you leave Danny Green wide open, the best shooter on the Lakers for the squad, especially in those catch and shoot scenarios. I mean, it's a big thing this year is when you actually shoot those pull-up jumpers, when you catch it off there, you green it more often than you really do in some sort of catch and shoot scenarios as well.
Nice and patient again on that 2-point situation. He'll pick it up. Even in this first quarter right now, Caleb Assam, again, the sole representative from South America right now. The weight of the south of the continent on his shoulders, and he's playing up in this quarterfinal. Definitely Peja came in as the favorite, but Caleb Assam's playing some of the best he's probably played in his career so far. Nice, that was good space right there. Should be able to take an easy 2-point.
See, that's the thing. I mean, he's starting to try to play just a little bit lower. You know, Ben Simmons can't shoot the 3-ball at all. Nope. I mean, even on this difficulty, no chance. You dare him. You want him to shoot those type of shots. So every single time you play a little bit lower, you're still going to get hit by the screens, which will actually end up giving it open. So you have to honestly play like right below the screen. You have to already be just kind of telegraphing going in towards the paint if you want to try to guard Ben Simmons.
Intercept comes through from Anthony Davis right now. Long 3-point attempt, and it won't land, but it is Caleb Assam who goes in the first quarter, 4 points up. You can't let this get in your head if you're Peja right now. You can't let this get you down. You've still got a lot of time in this game. But it is Caleb Assam coming out right now with the lead in the first quarter.
I mean, it's really, there's been a few times, you know, on offense where he's making the pass, and then it's been able to be Caleb Assam getting a lot of the steals and then moving out in transition as well. But the defensive side of things, too, for Peja has been pretty well. But this is the one thing when you're running with the 76ers, you know, when you have a guy like Ben Simmons who you can't give him another look. It's either you're in the paint or that's it. You have to start bringing out some plays at some point, you know, if things start to get a little bit stale, or, you know, find somebody else to try to post up with it.
Start things off, 2 points here for Peja. Maybe just needed that time in between the quarters to reset and rethink his game plan. His defensive strategy, I mean, it's hard to defend. It is hard to defend against the Lakers. It really is. This is one of the toughest defensive. I mean, because with the Bucks, you can just double team Giannis, right? And sometimes you can force 3-pointers to miss on the outside. But with the Lakers, you have a double-headed dragon threat that can always be very difficult to deal with.
I mean, you're seeing, too, is that when LeBron just picks up a full head of steam, when you're trying to press him full court, he just slips from right by. So this what you're seeing is that LeBron has been getting a lot of open lanes that have just been converted into dunks. It's very fast-paced for Caleb Assam, but that's the type of defense that Peja plays. He wants to speed you up, and so far it's been Caleb Assam being able to read it perfectly in terms of just being able to find the right person on an outlet pass, or just taking it with one, just going coast to coast.
Passing lane intercept right there, and that should be 2 points from Davis, and that opens the lead out now to 6. Caleb Assam in the driving seat in this quarterfinal. What an upset it would be for Peja to go out here. He said that he went out in the first round of the 250K. He was very upset about it, said that he was down. This was his chance for redemption to make it to the global finals. He needs to start working to make that happen right now. Good defense, though. Good defense, but I think that went out of bounds. So.
I mean, obviously, that would be like a lot of things going through your head if you were to go on and lose this, too. You'd be wondering, well, why didn't I just pick the Bucks?
Yeah.
Why did I just take the easy way to get to the finals? And when we had talked to him before, I'm pretty sure he said his strategy was that he might come out here just straight away, just Lakers and Bucks, but changed some things up and didn't go with that.
He definitely needs to make some magic happen on that defense right now. Simmons straight in, take the 2 point. That's, again, Simmons can do the same kind of thing. He can slip by.
See, he's like, Peja's laughing a little bit too, because like he's getting wide open lanes at Ben Simmons and he's doing layups. I mean, again, that's one of the things. When he's tired, he's not going to dunk the ball the exact same way. He's getting open lanes too. It's literally Olay, clear the runway, and he's just going up with a scoop. So that's one of the bad parts, that you don't really have any depth that you can bring in on this team to really give you any sort of consistent offense. And that's, you can call some timeouts, maybe get some Gatorade, but it's not going to do a whole lot for you.
Every time Caleb Assam is in his half of the court, he's coming away with points. There's no empty possessions from this guy right now. Obviously playing the Lakers, you expect that kind of work to happen. It's much harder. You can see it's much harder work for Peja. Unless he gets an open lane with Ben Simmons, he's working much harder to get points from his plays. Has to make something happen here. That was a nice pick out and takes the 2 points from Simmons.
See, there's just, compared to our first game where the two brothers squared off, this game is a lot more emotion, a lot more frustration, or even when things are going their way, you know, stomping their feet a little bit, but then also in moments like that, just hear the stage behind us, you hear a big thud. You're like, oh, what happened?
Just an update for you guys. Money versus Dwayne Lane. Money has taken that 2-0, a repeat of the Canadian online qualifiers. He has taken that, and he will advance to the semi-final to face the winner of this match, which right now is really looking like it could be Sam with an 8-point lead coming to the end of this second quarter, halfway point on its way.
You said Money was 2-0?
Money was 2-0 in the off-stage quarterfinal. Sam in a good spot right now. Again, his defensive work has been good too. We can't discredit him, but he has been super patient on the offense. Greens that you can see the frustration from Peja. I heard the controller go down on the table as well. Don't let it get, you can't let it get in your head. I think LeBron's got his badge activated right now as well.
So it's just, it's tough with this team. It's, you know, that's what you maybe need some more of, you know, try to work out the pickup of. It seems like that's been what's working for Peja the entire time so far throughout the tournament, when he had the Celtics, and then the last game where he had the Heat as well. I mean, he lit up the floor with the Linux. You never get 30 points with the Linux in a game, ever. I don't think anybody ever has. So the fact that he was able to go out there and do that, but he's finding himself in a deep, deep hole, but all can change just like that. You get a chance for a three-point opportunity now to try to turn some things around, and then, you know, just keep it down to 10 points.
Down to 10 points. Halfway point quickly approaching. Defensive work from Peja has to be good here. Can't stop. You just can't stop it, can you? It's just too difficult. I'm going to say, I think seeing some marking change-ups coming in here for Peja.
Actually just switched over Ben Simmons onto LeBron is what it looks like. They had Tobias Harris on him before, so I mean, the more he keeps scoring with Ben Simmons, though, you can see he has the lock badge. So if he gets that takeover, that can kind of counteract, especially by the time that he probably gets his badge. LeBron's badge is going to be gone. So then he'll be able to bump him a little bit more, maybe get some steals. But transition has just been huge, huge, huge for Sam the entire game. I mean, LeBron has scored on the fast break. I can't even count how many times he has. We just see him always getting out, either facilitating or just going straight up with it. And again, another fast break opportunity, but just so happens you have Anthony Davis running the break, so a little bit slower.
Peja at the halfway point, you can see he's frustrated here. Sam in the lead, rubbing his hands together here. Almost like a little look of shock in his face as he finds his way very close to qualifying for the global finals, and that would be a South American representative making their way through, the only South American representative we have at this competition. And again, like I said, it's the underdog coming into this. He is definitely the underdog.
Like I said, it's just going to be, one, it's just big overall, just to see how the game's going to end up playing out. And again, you have to sit there and maybe question, why weren't the Bucks the team that was picked? Why was it the 76ers?
Why the Heat?
But I mean, look, it's you're still down by 14. You still have an entire half to play as well. So you really can't write off a guy like Peja, but he definitely has to change up a lot of how he's definitely played the game here so far. It's just, you got to be better at limiting, you know, getting the turnovers, one, and then just trying to limit any sort of breaks that you see in transition. So maybe start to try to foul more. But that's the thing, we give credit to Sam in these situations, that your full court press has just been getting broken down time and time again. He's advancing the ball and he's finding a way to score every single time.
I can't remember the last time we saw an empty possession from Sam on the Lakers right now. I don't think there has been for quite some time. I think every time he's entered into the paint, there's been 2 points come away. A couple of three-point opportunities too. You can't take the 3 points with Simmons. You're going to have to, but nah, he takes the mid-2, doesn't land it though, and again, the more you run the clock down, the less opportunity that you have to get your score back. That's the conundrum that you're going to find yourself in. And you were right, the fouls are starting to come out to slow the pace of the break right now. How much can it do for Peja though? He so desperately wants to win this quarterfinal as well after the 250K. A passing lane intercept, but it still gets scooped up. Another good defensive play, but I think out of bounds. Oh no, that might have been a foul. No, it's out of bounds for out of bounds, but it's going to be the Sam's ball, and he takes 2 points. The shake of the head from Peja as well. He did a lot of good defensive work in that play, but just didn't go his way.
We just give it one of the easiest cuts in history. It's just on that inbound, you know, that's the one thing that you want to cover every single time. It's they're not running any sort of off balls, and You basically, again, just gave him a free basket down low.
Post up with Simmons. This should be it. 2 points, greens it. There we go. Need many, many, many more of those right now. He is 14 points in the negative. And I just don't know how many times you're gonna. I mean, how many offensive plays are you gonna slow from the Lakers here? That's my question. With just what, a total of 8 minutes left of this game in total.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been twos after twos after twos, and again, he knows that his back's against the wall. He knows the pressure's there as well, so he has to start playing this double team game. He needs to get defensive stops the entire time, and more importantly, has to try to get steals so he can move in transition. So that's been one of the toughest parts of this game so far, is that when he is sending those double teams, Caleb Sam has just been doing an excellent job of being able to make those reads every single time down the floor, getting it to the open man. But it's been tough. You can see the defense that Peja is definitely trying to play. He's getting a lot of tip passes, but never resulting really in the steal.
He's definitely trying. The double team comes through, but it's really lovely cross-court play stuff here. Again, scooped up by LeBron. Every time that something comes off, it's always going into the hands, but it does finally get a defensive rebound, and you need to see many, many more of those. Just play it casual. A little bit of a layup there. Takes 2 points. Really trying to slow down. That's nice. That is nice from Peja here. Comes in. He's got. I mean, that's 2 points. Surely easy enough.
Yeah, and you can sit there and you can say if it's bad defense or not, but he's tipping a lot of the passes. It is just going straight back into his hand. So that initial part of the defense is good to know that he's getting his hand in the cookie jar, but he's just never able to actually steal the ball. Those are the type of situations when he's running this press, that's what he wants. He's trying to force the ball to somebody's hands, force you to make the pass. And again, he's still down by 12, and it has been Caleb Sam in the driver's seat, but it still is possible to come back. Yeah.
I mean, Caleb Sam could get frustrated. Again, could find many intercepts here.
Another tip pass. See, same thing again. It's a tip pass, tip pass, tip pass. So he's playing good defense. It's just, you got to get to a point where the game ends up either giving you the steals in those scenarios.
Well, he finds another good defensive play, and an empty possession comes from Caleb Sam here, but you need to convert. This is the problem for what I think Peja has been doing. He needs to convert on these offensive plays, and honestly, Caleb Sam is making it hard. That'll be good, though. Oh, no, it won't. That's another defensive rebound pickup. Oh, an intercept. Suddenly, things are starting to open up for Peja. This should be 2 points for Simmons. He picks it up. 10 points now. 3 empty possessions in a row from Caleb Sam here. Haven't seen anything like it in this game so far. Maybe the confidence starting to work up for Peja. He's looking to be very aggressive on those defensive plays, really getting up into the opponent's half before they can even make it over that halfway line. You can see things have slowed down for Caleb Sam as well, though this should be... Ooh, foul comes through. Free throw, though. So, he should get 2.
Ooh.
Ooh. He'll take 1, but would have loved 2. If he can close that gap to maybe 6 points by the time this quarter's over, we could have a competitive fourth quarter on our hands here.
He just really needs to at least just, like, you know, keep it at 10. Anywhere between, you're looking at just that 9-10 mark is where he has to be.
5 seconds left in this play. He's got to make something happen here. Mid-range 2, greens it and finds it. That's exactly what he needed. But again, the more you run the clock, the less time you give yourself to score here. I feel like he needs to be a bit more decisive in some of these offensive plays that he's making. This should be 2.
See, stuff, you know, the game plan that he's trying to do, and it's just, again, it's just Sam just being better, you know, in terms of on the offense, making the right read, just surveying the floor every single time to be able to get the ball to the right positioning, and then seeing if somebody's open, being able to get the ball straight to him. It's been great. He's been dissecting anything Peja has been bringing to the table.
Misses the 2 at the end of the quarter. It's not what you want to see if you're Peja, and Caleb Sam from Brazil is going into the final quarter of this quarterfinal in the lead.
He set himself up well, just being able to mix and match, and maybe said when Peja keeps on shifting around, he's been able to get the players in the right positioning just to, like we said, there was a while where he was not missing. He scored so many possessions in a row. Finally, in that third quarter, slow him down just a little bit, but You can only slow him down for so long when you have a guy like LeBron James on the team.
He'll take the 3 throws. This is not the way that Peja wanted to start this off, and this is a 13-point lead now that he has to succumb. I mean, we have to see some. He just loses the ball. This is disastrous for Peja right now. Shake of the head coming through. You know, he's not in a good place in this quarterfinal. Maybe questions will be asked about that Heat selection. Questions will be asked why the Bucks weren't just locked in immediately. Again, things can change, but it's very rare to see a point deficit like this overcome in just a matter of 4 minutes. And things really just aren't going his way either.
No, I mean, just, you know, with a team like the Bucks, you basically just have a million times better Ben Simmons. It's like you get a lot more bailouts, especially down and towards the paint when you have Giannis in there. And I mean, the Bucks just have better shooters all the way around compared to what the 76ers have as well. So they're going to be able to knock down more shots, and even then, you know, the Lakers really don't have another ball handler. You can put the ball into their hands and try to make a play. We've seen it in other regional finals too, where people even give Eric Bledsoe the ball, and then he'll work on a pick and roll set if they absolutely have to. So the Bucks just add a different dynamic, and again, when you have a guy like Giannis, it just makes the game 10 times easier for you.
That's what you need to do if you're Peja, but you've really got to make quite. Oh, wait a second! Again, another steal here from Peja. He needs to make this count, though. He really, really, really needs to get the 2 points, which he should do. That is 6 points on the trot for Peja. And now we're looking at, what, just a 9-point deficit?
And he's forcing you to play. We've seen glimmers like this as well, but that's the same thing that happens. We've seen really good defensive plays where he double teams and gets a steal straight away. But we have seen that more often than not, where LeBron's able to just slip by, he overplays something and just goes straight into the paint and just dunks it.
Yeah, and every time that happens, it's more that you have to catch up with. The longer he takes to work out, oh, it's a steal as well. That's not what you want to see. LeBron's going to land this down. Easy 2 points. The drum on the table for Caleb Sam, as he knows there are just 3 minutes left in this quarter, rather. And 13 points is where we started. So all of that good work done by Peja has just been undone in a matter of moments. And he misses the 2 points as well on the fade. So it's not looking good for our boy from Canada, but it's looking great for the man from Brazil. You'll take those, but again, you need more and more of them. And like you said, the 76ers, maybe not too many 3-point opportunities in this situation. The 3 points are what you need to start landing where you can. He misses another 2-point hook, and I'm starting to sweat. Slams down, hand in head. He is not happy about the way this game has gone, neither this quarterfinal. A couple of 3 throw points come through. With 2 minutes 30 left on the clock, I think Peja knows that he is really just out of the running right now. And Caleb Sam, I think he will have used the Lakers and the Bucks, or might have not used the Bucks, I can't remember, but he will find himself in the global finals. I really don't see Peja making his way back in here.
Yeah, he used the Bucks and the Lakers too, so he did use the 2 best teams possible. I mean, the only kind of shining light that he has is that he still has the Clippers and the Rockets that he's able to use as well, which is always good.
You can see him, he is just animated right now, very fired up. He's still getting angry at plays that he's misplaying on, even though he finds himself, what, like 17 points in the lead right now? Still getting angry. Passion is there for Caleb Sam from South America, the Brazilian representative, the only South American representative in our entire competition, and he is going to find himself at the global finals. So not only will he be representing himself at the Americas, but he is almost certainly going to be representing himself and his region at the globals too. He came in, he said, I'm just going to play, I don't think I'm going to win. He said, I don't think I'm going to win, I'm just going to play. And I think that's LeBron's badge activated. I mean, you just don't win from this position.
No, come back at this point, impossible. Not going to happen.
1 minute 30 on the clock. There isn't even enough time to score the points necessary for Peja. And you can see, I just love it. I love the fact that Caleb Sam's still getting angry, still getting upset when something doesn't go his way, despite being in such a commanding lead. He'll be taking on Cy Money in the semi-final as well. But it is indeed our Brazilian man that will be going through here. I don't see any way. 20 points now for Peja to catch up with. Really, you've got a maximum of, what, 5 or 6 plays across the board left with this amount of time? And you can just run the clock if you're Calibre Sam if you really want to.
It's all about just getting past this and then just moving into the next game realistically. But we have our next 4 that are going to be moving forward. So, you know, the guys from Europe and the guys from APAC too, they're going to be watching this closely, trying to do as much scouting as possible, seeing how they play. The one thing that I have noticed compared to really, you know, we really didn't see Ty Debo play yet. We'll see him coming up on stream in the semifinal. The one that we have seen a lot of is just Mouse Cry. And we saw he was running a lot of plays when he was playing. That's something that every single person who's had success across each region, maybe even except from APAC, I would say, just because a lot of what Kurosawa's did was just a 5-out. I'm sure his play style is going to be different now with the patch when they go to the global finals. But other than that, usually everybody's been running at least one play that they show on a consistent basis. Sam didn't run a single play throughout this entire game. From anything that we saw, nothing, and that's something he told us. He's like, you know, I just run my game. I just run the normal pick and roll. I might go into 5-out, I might do this. So that's something that's big difference between a lot of the regions what we're seeing so far is that you're not really digging deep into the playbook. You don't have that one go-to, is you are running just a lot of effective pick and pop, pick and roll, and a 5-out, your 3 basic sets.
It's a matter of running the clock down now if you're Calibre Sam. With so many points in the lead, there is just nothing that you can do if you're Peja. He even takes his, he just takes his hands off the controller. He knows what's up here. He's chilling. That guy is through to the global finals. He's through to the semis. There's nothing you can do about it if you're Peja with just maximum of really 1 or 2 offensive plays left here. Probably his last offensive play of the game. I mean, Calibre Sam doesn't even need to touch the controller at this point.
Nah, just better off just chill out the clock. Let's move on. Go enjoy what LA has to offer for you.
And you can see Peja's doing the same. So congratulations to Calibre Sam from Brazil. He will make it through to the semi-finals and the global finals, our sole South American representative. Looks like he can barely believe it himself. Let's hand it over to the stage to see how he feels.
Thanks so much, you guys. Okay, that was emotional. Game 1, you lost, and then you fought your way back. Was this your professional days coming back, this mental toughness? Like, how did you refocus here?
Yeah, the first one was tough, and I need to think, and I made the game, and Lakers, it's too good. So LeBron's too good.
Yeah.
That's it.
Talk to me about the passion here. We hear you guys pounding the floor, controllers banging, you had audible responses. That was very passionate, to say the least. How did you stay focused in the end and just follow through?
Yeah, I take some time to understand his defense, double team all the time, and I just find the spots and make the baskets.
Just that easy, huh? Yeah. All right, well, representing Brazil, moving on to the semifinals. What's your mindset now?
Just have fun. I'm here just to have fun.
Just have fun, get some wins, global finals, no big deal. Thank you so much, Calibre Sam. And semifinals, starring this dude, right? You're moving on. You do not want to miss it. We have an action-packed show for you. We'll be right back.